Early 2000s kids will remember this. Using your bathroom before smartphones. You didn't have a phone to look at stuff. So you're just sitting there reading shampoo bottles. Legit, this was life. This was life before smartphones. What kids looked for in restaurants in 2000s, gumball machines. What kids look for in restaurants now is Wi-Fi. This is kind of true, but I actually remember back in the day, McDonald's used to have Nintendo 64. I remember playing for the first time Majora's Mask in the McDonald's, and I was like, my mind was blown. Those were the days. Tell me if you guys have done this. When I was a kid, I used to put glue on my hands and used to peel the glue off my hands. I didn't do it this intensely, like with this much glue where this person legit looks like he's shedding his skin. I just used to do it to my fingers. I used to peel it off. And it was so amusing. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't have a phone to entertain me. Maybe it's just because all kids do. Do all kids do this? If you didn't grow up with a smartphone, did you do this? If you grew up with a smartphone, did you still do this? I need to know. The original projector. OMG. This is what I grew up with in school. The teacher would take this like see-through piece of paper with just letters on it and then put it on the projector and it would project on the wall. I know. Crazy, right? This video is making me feel so old. After school, my life was MSN Messenger when I was younger. If you don't know what it is, it was like this like chat. But we would chat because we didn't have anything else to chat on. Seeing your crush sign in and making sure you wait 10 minutes before starting a convo with them so they didn't think you were a psycho. Yep, check. Send me that song, please. 5 hours later. File transfer complete, because it took forever to send files. Parents walk into the room, space, enter, space, enter, space, enter, space, enter, so they don't see what you're talking about. Appearing offline when you're trying to avoid chatting to someone. You're like, if I appear offline, they won't see me. I'm sure you guys have done this before on like other type of messengers, maybe like on PlayStation. Maybe you just didn't want to talk to someone, you appeared offline. Maybe on Facebook you've done it where you appear offline. Or like signing in and out of MSN, trying to get attention of someone. You're like, maybe if they see me sign online, they'll say hi to me. This is how we used to get girlfriends and boyfriends when I was a kid. Today's kids will never know the struggle of ABC texting, hitting a key 3 times just to get 1 letter. You are all so lucky you didn't have to experience this. And if you have experienced this, then you know how I feel. You would have to press the same key 3 times to get the letter. So it'd be like 2 would be either A, B, or C. So you'd have to hit A and then wait and then press it 2 times to get C. Remember that time when you had to carry both your iPod and your phone because you didn't have a smartphone yet? I do remember. I only had an iPod for a little bit. My parents got it for me for a gift, and it was like the most expensive thing they've ever bought me. They had saved up, and then somebody stole it from me, and I felt so bad and so guilty, and I still know who that person is, and I'm still angry about it. These color pens, you would like flick a tab down, and then you could write in the color yellow or pink or blue or green. They were the best. Like, I need one in my life now. Like, I need it. I don't feel like I write much things down anymore, but I still need it. The best thing to do was like, I was trying to pull down 2 colors at once. Like, I was like, I wonder if I can pull down the blue and the pink at the same time. It never worked though. Heely shoes. I feel like these are still a thing. I used to love these when a kid, but now I'm like, I see all the kids like rollerblading around me, like just like, whew, whew, whew. And like, I'm a little jealous because like, I want to do it too. They don't make these in adult sizes. Slap bracelets. You used to like slap them on your wrist and then they would wrap around your wrist. But turns out they were just rulers. Like, they put rulers inside of them and then put designs on the outside. And then I figured out that my whole life was a lie. Jelly bracelets. I don't know how to get into this because they were a little inappropriate. Oh my God, and these things, and you could switch the charms. You could take it off and then put a different charm into it. Those were so popular too. So back in the day, phones used to last all day. All day. Like, it'd be at 100% at 8 a.m. and then by the time you went to bed, it'd still be at like 99%. Like, nothing would happen. I mean, to be fair, it's probably because we didn't have internet and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter on there. But nowadays, my phone dies so quick, I cannot express my anger, especially when you need it. Your phone is never there for you when you need it. Why can't it be there for me? Multiplayer in the 90s, you had to like straight up share a keyboard with your friends. Like you couldn't separately do it. It's like you all had to share one keyboard. It was struggles. Good old word art. It looks so sad, but we use it all the time. Like in school, not in school. I don't know why, but we did. The Tamagotchi! The Tamagotchi, this was my favorite. It was like you had a little pet, a little tiny pet. He didn't do anything except for poop and eat. That's kind of like a real pet, right? How much more does a real pet really do? So yeah, you had a little digital pet and he used pixels and he was kind of cute if you think pixels are cute. I mean, I used to think pixels were cute. Some of my favorite shows to watch when I was a kid was like shows like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Beyblades. Wait, let me show you Beyblades. Okay, I swear it was like cooler in my imagination. But this is Beyblades. This isn't the show, this is just like the toy. But it was like a little top that you would like twist and it would spin off and start spinning. And in the show they were like really cool, and like when I look at it now I'm just like, oh, why was I so intrigued by this? Okay, so back to Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to have the biggest crush on him as a kid. Yeah, I used to have a crush on a cartoon character. If you guys ever had a crush on a cartoon character or like an anime character, please tell me I'm not weird and I'm the only one who's had a crush on a cartoon character. If you've had a crush on any cartoon character, let me know in the comments. Who remembers having to send songs like this? Oh my god, you had to put the phones right next to each other so they could link up and send the songs, and it would still take forever. Songs, ringtones, like wallpapers, games, that was the thing. This good old game. It like used to work by like pumping air into it and these rings would just like fly up and land into those hoops. I feel like I used to be really amused with it when I was really young, and when I was older, I was like, this game is boring AF. Whoever went on a road trip as a child and had one of these, oh my god. I mean, I can't remember what it's like, but I feel like the graphics were probably terrible. Terrible. I used to put a CD in here and then used to watch a movie on here. Going to the mall to play video games and listen to music with friends. I feel like people still do this kind of like in the Apple store. They go into the Apple store and they use the laptops to like check their emails or listen to music or do something. And this is what people used to do too back in my day. They used to like go to the mall and play video games there because sometimes you couldn't afford to have it at home. You're like, I'm gonna go play it at the mall with friends. Best day of gym class. Oh my god, this was the best day of gym class. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but I look inside. The kids are inside. I don't remember, but used to do something like, oh my god, I wish I remember what this was, but I do remember the faint memory of it being amazing. These markers, basically they're like stamps. So this one, the blue one, for example, it's like an eyeball. So you could stamp an eyeball on a piece of paper. And then you could stamp music notes or smiley face or stars or hearts. They were kind of cool. I kind of dig them. I would still want one in my life. Kids these days will never know the struggle. Oh my god. This person's listening to music on a CD. Yeah, on a CD. And he's trying to put it in his pocket. I never had to deal with this, but I can imagine that the struggle is real. Two really popular online games were Habbo Hotel. I never played Habbo Hotel, but if you have, then you know the life. You had girlfriends in Habbo Hotel, friends. Sometimes you were rich in Habbo Hotel. You know, you were living your best life in Habbo Hotel. I, on the other hand, I didn't play Habbo because I was too busy playing another game called Neopets. I loved my Neopets, okay? I cherish them. Here's a little bit. Some Neopets. We got here, the main street, you know, got all the places you can go. I had paintbrushes, I was painting my Neopets. And then the worst of the worst happened. Someone scammed me. I was just a little kid, okay? And somebody sent me a message on Neopets and told me some sob story, and I felt bad for them. He had this story about how he really needed help. He lost his Neopets, they were sick, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what he was telling me. And then he needed to come into my account and make double the money. And then he stole my account. I know, I gave some stranger my password. What did I think was gonna happen? Of course he was gonna steal my account. I guess I wasn't that bright of a kid. Lesson learned, and you can learn from me, never give your password to anyone, ever, ever. They always hackers. I have a funny story to tell you too about Pokemon since we're on the topic of things from back then. I used to play it on the Game Boy, the old Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow. And before Pokemon Silver came out, like it came out in Japan, and my dad somehow downloaded an emulator and downloaded it on the computer, and I had it like way earlier than anybody else. And I remember thinking I was like the coolest person in the world. I was like, I got Pokemon Silver. And then I would like use it as like try to get friends with it. I'd be like, I have Pokemon Silver early, do you want to come play? Except the catch was that it was in Japanese. So none of us knew what was happening at all, and we couldn't get past the main story. You had to like do something, we couldn't figure out where to go because everything was in Japanese, and we tried to learn Japanese, but we failed. Learning Japanese when you're a kid, not easy. Learning Japanese now, probably still not easy. Share some stuff from your childhood down in the comments. Let me know, I'd love to hear if you know any of these things in this video. I'd love to hear it too. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all so much. Stay awesome, stay sweet, and don't forget to be nice to each other. Bye bye.